Hey, welcome back to I'll Be Honest. I'm Erin.
And I'm Brittany. And today we have a super special guest, DJ Sammy Scott. If you're from East Tennessee, you know him and love him. He is one of the best, and we're super excited to have him here. So, do you want to kind of give us a little bit about yourself?
That sounds great. I am a DJ for here in East Tennessee. Originally from Louisiana, so Raging Cajun through and through. Probably why I'm a DJ, you know. Just,
It's the soul of it.
It is, yeah, right. You know, jazz roots and everything like that. So I've always had a music growing up, loved music. But yeah, I've been a DJ here for I guess about going on 10 years now.
Wild.
So a decade of playing, probably a little over 1,000 weddings, I think.
That's wild,
crazy.
actually.
Yeah,
That's insane.
But it's fun. I wouldn't trade it for a minute. So.
And I will say, if you have ever had a wedding with Sammy, if you've ever been a guest at a wedding with Sammy, the energy is immaculate. He can read the room like none other. It's just like, it's seriously one of the best human beings.
Well, I appreciate it.
Today we're going to talk about what makes a great wedding reception. As a couple planning a wedding, what you need to know and facilitate through looking for DJs, and how to like personality match and find the right DJ for the type of wedding that you want to have. We can kind of go over that a little bit, but I think we all really want to know like how to throw a banger reception.
Yes.
Like,
I don't think anybody is looking like, I want my wedding reception to be super boring.
super lame. I want everyone to sit on the
that doesn't
corners.
happen. Yeah, like, hey, we're all just going to be sitting around and look at each other real
Yeah, I think that'd
awkwardly.
be super fun.
Yeah.
Play some card games.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised how many times cards and games have been pulled out, but not at my wedding.
Yeah, that's right.
No.
Okay, so let's start with do you feel like the majority of the weddings that you DJ are like rager parties? Like that's like really the environment that you're trying to create?
Absolutely. So when I go in, that's my goal, is to get everyone engaged, everyone having a great time. Obviously, number one goal is I want this to be the absolute best day of the bride and groom's life. Like honestly, their top priority. And then right underneath that is every single person in the room. I want to make sure every single person is having a blast and a half. That here's the deal. At the end of the day, they may not remember specific songs in the playlist, but they're going to remember the vibe, right? And so I want that vibe to always be upbeat, high energy, and then just basically have all full crowd involvement. Like I want grandma on the dance floor. I want your second uncle twice removed on the dance floor. I want, if you've got kids, I want the kids on the dance floor. I want everybody out there just having a great time, just shaking and dancing and doing all the moving and grooving.
Heck yeah. And do you feel like it's hard to like get your couples there, or your couples are finding you because of the energy that you're bringing? Like it's just like a part of your brand and people know that that's who you are.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's both. I mean, honestly, I think a lot of times the couples have heard of so a lot of times I'll have bride and grooms come up to me at weddings and they're like, hey, we want to book you. Like this is the energy we want for our wedding, which is awesome. Yep. Like, referral right there inside the spot. But I think a lot of times people will call me and they're like, hey, you were recommended to us by so-and-so and so-and-so. They said you brought a lot of energy and that's what we want. And so then they're like, tell me about it. And so I get to kind of tell them like, this is what I shoot for. This is what I go for. And we have a fun little consultation. And then usually by the end of it, they're like, yeah, let's do this thing. Yeah, like we want to, like, this is it. So I don't think I've had anybody been like, you sound like too fun. Like you like, don't like we're looking for someone who's a little more, but one of the biggest things I always do focus on them is I tell them, look, I know that no one is coming from thousands of miles away to see DJ Sammy Scott. This day is about the two of you. This day is about what you guys are bringing to the table. And I always want your personalities to shine through the music. Yeah. Now, a lot of times that does look more in that dinner cocktail hour music. Yeah. I like the dancing to be more generic, a little bit more getting, everybody out on the dance floor and not just necessarily, but I want them to walk away, the guest to walk away from the wedding saying, that was totally Jim and Pam. That was totally Bob and Sue.
Right. Yeah,
that was totally whoever it was, the bride and groom, that was them. Like that was their personality. That was them shining through. So that's what I'm going for, is making sure everyone's having a great time, but also making sure the bride and groom, their personalities are coming through.
I love that. I feel like I hear a lot, like a DJ makes or breaks a reception. Like it, and I've seen it.
We've seen it.
We're like, man, he's like really not reading the room, or she like whatever. what's happening? Why are you playing the same song? Why are you playing the 7-minute version of the song? Like, that's not great. So
Keep it shuffle for 10 minutes.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
no.
Part 2.
No, please not.
Praise God.
Oh,
so
no.
let's just start simple.
Okay.
If I were to ask what makes a banger reception, your answer would be blank.
Blank. A banger reception
I just love the word
is
banger reception.
Yeah.
what's that?
I just love like using
Banger reception. I like that. Yeah.
Encapsulates it.
I'm just gonna change my paperwork for a banger reception. Please play the following. I mean, and here's the thing. I would love to say that there's just one answer that's just like, hey, this is it. Unfortunately, there, you guys know this. Like every bride and groom is different. Every crowd is different. I like to read the crowd and see where it's coming. Banger reception is to me one that is, it's almost like, for me, it's almost like a triumph if I can get the crowd that doesn't usually dance, the grandma that's always sitting down, like the dad that's been in a wheelchair for 25 years is like suddenly is standing revived. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God,
It's a miracle. He's on the dance floor doing the electric slide. What? No. So just having people really just kind of get involved and then being so in tune with the dance floor that I'm already like one step ahead.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite things in the entire world is when I have a bride and groom come up to me behind the booth. This happened to me last weekend, happens quite a bit, which I love. When the bride and groom come up behind the booth and they're like, hey, this dance floor is awesome, but you know what song would be great? XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, come here. And I look at and they're looking at my cue deck, and like the next song being played is XY. Like I've got it pulled up, and I'm like, I'm already in your brain, and I'm like, I'm in there. And so usually that's my favorite feeling is like I'm so in tune with the crowd. Yeah. I'm reading their energy. I'm giving that energy right back to them, pushing it in, and just bringing them up, giving them breaks when they need to. Obviously, sometimes like I tell people all the time, it's we can have 2, 3, 4 hour dance sessions. The problem is it's like a 2 or 3 hour jazzercise class.
Right.
I mean, they're moving constantly, right?
Yes.
So sometimes they do need to catch their break. And sometimes grandma only wants a slow dance. They come out for a slow dance.
Right.
So I'll throw that in just occasionally just to kind of let them catch their breath. Mm-hmm. But those are just really, and sometimes I don't even have to. Sometimes I get a crowd like, full of the two of you. And I'm like, I'm set. Like
We're
there's
on for 4 hours.
all hype.
Go.
In the words of Barney Stinson, like all hype, no lows, just all hype.
No lows. Yeah. Okay. Fair. I think you want to go.
Well, I
You
was
have a
going to
question?
say, going off of that, like what makes a good reception? Like if I want from the minute like the couple introduces, is there a general flow that works? I mean, if we're just going to just do a stamp on it, like what are the things that couples need to know with the flow from when they're entering a reception to they're exiting? Obviously everybody's different, but is there like a rubber stamp? Like we want to make sure we're doing this first and then this and then peeking here and then coming back down.
Yeah.
Like what's
So
that in
from
your
like
brain?
starting intros all the way to,
or maybe like, okay, like as a photographer, you have that, let's just go to this point, launching off point where we're doing the big group photo.
okay.
It is about to go. Like the dances have been done, right? All the formalities, the cake has been cut, and now it is like the 2 hours of dance floor time or 3, whatever. From that first thing, what is in your brain? This is the best way to make it flow from here.
Well, I would actually have to back it up because
Okay.
here's the thing: you can't start it there because if you're starting it there, then you're already too late.
Oh, that's good to
Ooh,
know.
okay.
Okay. All right.
He's
All
like,
right?
that's
So
Aaron.
first off,
He's like, you're wrong, Aaron.
you're wrong. I love you, but
You're like, you don't know shit, Aaron. Like, okay.
So here's the deal. It starts at the ceremony.
Okay.
It sounds crazy.
Okay.
Okay. So when they're walking out, I always encourage my brides to pick a banger for the recessional.
Yeah.
The slow, dramatic, I think those days were great. The
Yeah.
No, I think now you need something fun. I mean, Signed, Sealed, Delivered, it's a classic. It's, it's never going to go away, but anything that's fun and upbeat, because that is what's setting the tone for your reception. Like that is like, okay, this is the end of the ceremony. Now it's time to party. Okay. Like all of the seriousness, the hold our breath, and it's over with. We've done the deed. Now let's party. Like, let's celebrate this. Okay. So end it there. Second step is going to be your intro. You want to have that awesome intro. If the bride and groom come in and it's just like, let's give it up for the bride and groom.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is the kind of wedding we're gonna have. No, you want them. You want them. I want them. I mean, I tell people, get on your feet, stand. You know, for the second time
Like,
ever.
make
I
some
get people make
noise.
some noise.
Yes.
If you've got the towels and you
Yeah.
know, whip them around. You know, like the old. It's a Pittsburgh tradition.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what
Right.
it is.
Yes. Terrible towel.
Terrible
and
towel.
it
Yes,
amps the
yes, yes,
whole
yes, yes.
Terrible
thing.
towel. Yeah, the whole thing. It elevates it all. It gets
Some
people
Petey
already.
Pablo
energized.
raise up. All right, let's go. Okay?
Exactly. It gives and it lets people know, hey, this isn't going to be a, you know, we can dance if we want to.
Yeah.
We can leave our friends behind. No, I'm sorry.
Don't do that.
Sammy's actually going to finish this episode only in song quotes.
How many song quotes can we actually do in this episode?
Too many. No,
The limit does not
No.
exist.
exactly. So yeah, no, that's your starting point, right? If
Okay.
you don't get
Okay.
that, if you're not like, typically when I'm getting on the mic and I'm introducing the bride and groom, I'm already reading the crowd. I'm already seeing, okay, what's their engagement level? What are they, you know, when I'm like, you know, are we here for a wedding tonight, ladies and gentlemen? If they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, we need to hype them up a little bit, right? So that's my thing is I'm reading the crowd already, like before they even take the dance floor.
Okay.
I'm seeing what they're like, seeing what their engagement looks like. I'm already picking out some people, and I'm like, okay, I see Jerry over here is like loud and boisterous, and I like Jerry. I'm gonna have Jerry lead the party train, you know, like I'm already making sure I'm already picking out wingmen without them even knowing it.
Okay.
I
Okay.
do that.
Okay. We do that. We're
Yeah.
like
I was
that
gonna say,
guy.
I'm sure y'all
Yeah,
pick
we
out like
do.
bridesmaids,
For
grooms, and
sure.
you're
His
like,
name is Brad. He will forever be Brad.
Yes,
that's
Brad.
our our
Yep.
guy.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, we're
See?
like, we love that. Yeah.
So same thing with the same thing on the DJ world. We're figuring out, okay, who's the people that are going to get this party started? Who's
Yeah.
the people that, you know, that are really going to be taking the dance floor? And I'm usually pretty good at calling out, like, okay, this person is. Now sometimes, you know, Jerry's like, woo, and then like all of a sudden this dance floor, he's like, I actually can't dance.
You're like, there's no
Oh,
beat.
Jerry,
Outside by the bar,
But
he's
it's
just
okay.
hanging out.
At that
Right.
point, I'm already moved on to my Brad. I found my Brad. So, which is great. And it's phenomenal. It really is. So that's where it all starts.
Okay.
And then let's jump forward to what you were talking about.
Okay.
All right. It's time. Group photos done. Woo.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Now it's time to start the dance floor.
Yeah.
I want to start it with a fun one. All right. I want to start it with one that's fun and upbeat. And this is the one that everybody hates, but I'll tell you, it's kind of my
I know
go-to.
what it is.
Do you?
Sharpen it.
What is it?
Is it? Well,
have
I say
seen
that
this
now.
as
I'm
my
like,
brain.
oh my god. Okay, it's September.
September of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
okay.
Yes.
Yep.
There's a full grown in that for me.
And here's the thing, like,
Oh.
as wedding vendors, I
hear
get that. I
every
feel that.
weekend.
Like, I tell people all the time, I'm like, listen, Cha-Cha Slide, Cupid Shuffle, they're soundtracks to my nightmares, right?
Yeah.
They're literally the worst,
Yep.
right? I hear them every weekend. I hate them. But in the same hand, it's my bread and butter, right? It's the only
Yes.
thing that gets people on the dance floor. It gets
Yep.
the people, the lyrics are, they tell you what to do in the lyrics.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's
super
phenomenal.
easy.
But I do like to start with September because it has the older folks, Earth, Wind, and Fire, that appreciate it, that come from that generation, they get out on the dance floor. The younger folks, whether you're irked by it or love it, they know it, right?
Yep.
You know, everybody knows it. So
Yep.
it's get
And they've
people.
been ready to dance too. They're like, I guess I'll
They
dance
have
to this
been, yeah.
song.
I guess
So
that's
you-
what I
They'll
have
stay
to
there. They will.
do.
You play a song over 120 beats a minute, and they're going to be out on the dance floor,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So, and so it is a good one. However, I also like. I mean, sometimes I'll start. I had one of the craziest parties ever start off with Mr. Brightside, and it only went up from there. Like, I mean, it was just like all hype, all crazy. Like,
Brightside.
no one sat down the whole time. It was insane. So, it just, and again, it depends. Like I said, if I'm looking at the crowd and like they are ready to party, they are ready to like get the ball running. I may start off with just a banger coming out of the gate, like yeah.
But that's,
every time we
that's a part
touch,
of
I don't.
reading the
It
crowd.
is. It is.
Like,
It's
you
part
need
of
to
reading the crowd.
know-
You have to know. You have to gauge them and everything like that. And sometimes you get them out on the dance floor and they surprise you. Sometimes they're the crowd that is that you thought, okay, these people barely said anything during my intro. They
Yeah.
barely like. But now all of a sudden they're like,
Come out a
I
little
play the
woodwork.
music and I'm like, whoa, what, like,
Yeah.
Aunt Susan, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Now they're doing splits. And I'm like,
low on
you
the
all
get
like,
low.
yeah. And they're like, okay. 3 rounds later, she's like ready to party. So
Right.
yeah. The true key to a great DJ is a great bar. No,
Yeah, no,
Open bar.
open bar it is.
open bar is always phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Okay,
For sure.
can we back up for a second? I'm
Yep,
actually
sorry.
going to find the sweet spot in between ceremony and then where you started.
Okay.
Is there a format that you have found that works best, like introduction, then this, then this, then this,
Yeah.
as a better flow. I feel like I get asked that quite a bit, like, which
Okay.
I'm like always like, that's not my zone. Like, talk to your DJ. I
Yeah.
don't know. But
That's a good question.
Yeah,
That's a great question.
what do you recommend?
So my standard, and again, every bride's different. Some brides want to do things different, but I would say introduction of the bridal party. Get everybody in there, get them all hyped up. Okay.
Wait, question. Individual or all as a group?
Oh, that's a great question. Great question.
Because
Okay.
I will say, as a photographer, the group is tough.
It's tough.
Because you're
Okay.
just like photo. Like who's the one that's going to be the crazy one versus the slow one? And I'm like, I can get everybody.
Absolutely.
But is there one that's better?
Better? Not necessarily.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I am human.
Mm-hmm.
No, crazy enough. So sometimes I struggle over last names. And so when people are like, give me a long list of names and I'm sitting there reading them, it sounds just repetitive and no one's really listening. So I always recommend, listen, we're introing into the party. And like I said, we're starting the party now. The seriousness is over. We're having a good time, right?
Yeah.
Let's be informal. So let's just do first names, okay? I don't care if you've got 3 Brads.
Yeah.
No one's going to really pay attention. Brad H, Brad G.
Right.
Yeah.
So just introduce them as first names. Like, here's Brad and Sarah, right?
I love that.
And that's fine. Music-wise, I have so many times brides will say, hey, can we play multiple songs?
I've seen this too.
For like,
Yes.
Brad and Sarah want to come into this one. John and Jill want to come into this one. Things like that. It doesn't work out like you think it does.
Yeah.
Because for several reasons. One, I can't go in and pre-record and do a mix because I don't know how long their intro is actually gonna be. Because some of them will just come in, okay, and we're
Yes.
done.
Yeah.
Some of them will come in there and shotgun a beer. Some of
Yeah.
them will come in there and do a full little dance. I literally, a few weeks ago, I had a guy walk out and he just literally dropped his hand like this. I'm like, what is he doing? And the bride comes running in. She jumps into his hand and he throws her in the air. She front flips and lands on the dance floor.
What?
Now, granted, they were UT cheerleaders,
Sure.
but
Right.
I was like, that ain't a regular.
I was like, my turn.
Then,
Like, that's weird.
The
That's how
ambulance
I'm
got
going to
called.
introduce myself.
That's
to my wedding. so
exactly what you
wild.
should do. And Q better be the one that got
Yes. Can we please
One hand,
play that?
one
Yeah,
hand.
thank
We
you.
end in the hospital that night. That's how we end
So
up.
you
I've
don't-
seen too many videos
So you
like that.
don't know. So is that a difficult? You're like, oh,
I
you
would say
gotta-
no. So you can't pre-record it. So you got to do it live.
Yeah.
And the problem is no one's sitting there. The bride and grooms don't have a DJ's brain, right? So a DJ wants to hear the music and they want everything to have a good flow, right? A good groove, BPM matching and all that
Yeah.
fun stuff. Well, when you've got one song that's like 95 beats a minute, then you're going into 120, it sounds choppy. It
Yeah.
just sounds, especially when you're like introing them for 6 seconds, just like, here's, and then you're swatching back and forth. And so
Yeah.
it just sounds really choppy. I'm like, look, if you want your own intro for just the bride and groom, that's fine. I can transition while I'm talking because typically I'll like introduce the entire bridal party and then say, and now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join me as I welcome for this. Get them all hyped
Right.
up. That's when I can transition and it's not that hard.
Yeah.
But like one song, entire bridal party.
That
Like
makes sense.
if you're wanting to do whole party or individual couples, that's fine. I even say like, look, it doesn't have to be the same people that are walking in because sometimes brides are like, for the ceremony, we want the tall guy with the tall girl and stuff like that. I'm like, if you want to swap it out, one of them's married or whatever,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
doesn't
care who's
matter.
coming in.
And no
right?
one's going to remember.
No one will.
Nobody's gonna be
No
like,
one will.
remembers.
here at the ceremony.
Exactly.
We
I'm
see
coming
them
in,
all
like-
day, and I don't think I would even remember, to be honest.
No,
who was
it's
who was
true.
paired with
But
who.
sometimes I'm editing weddings. I'm like, I don't
Oh.
remember this bridesmaid at all.
Nope.
At all. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
At all. I don't.
Yeah.
Oops.
also fair.
Well, and now it's 50% of them. I would say half of my weddings, they're just introing the bride and groom.
Yeah.
They're not doing the
Yes.
bridal party,
Yep.
which is fine too. I mean, you want to give recognition to those people because those people, they've been there all day. You know, they've posed for the pictures and things like that, and we definitely want to give them love. And I usually, when I'm lining them up and I'm running through their names and all that kind of stuff, I usually kind of give them a fun little joke. I'm like, listen, because you guys have put up with so much today, I'm gonna put you guys through the buffet line first. And they love that. You know, they all of a sudden,
Food.
then right, I give them food first, and they're like, "Yes, this DJ is awesome." Yeah.
We're gonna dance for you.
So yeah, I would say whichever you're doing, group party or couples, that's fine. Just music. Honestly, one song is the best.
Okay.
And trust your DJ knowing that he's going to be able to get it to where that I'm going to play the music to where I want the bride and groom coming out on the hypest part of the
Yeah,
song.
for sure.
So I'm going to cue that and plan that and have it ready to go. So when they come out, it's not going to be like some random verse. It's going to be like right as it hits the chorus.
Right. Right.
And so that's so like I said, either way, you can do either way.
Okay.
Photographers, I'm like, I never knew that about
Yeah.
I'm learning something. So now I'll start pushing the two.
No, that's fine. It's just like I feel that though, like getting everybody in, getting them in hyped, whatever gets them in hyped.
Yeah.
Because some of those dances are like you said, just the way they'd be like,
It is.
why are we doing this if they don't
Party rock anthem.
right, exactly. Like,
Yeah. Party rockers.
in
Yeah.
the
I was
house
like-
tonight, and you're like, yeah, you're gonna be in the corner sitting.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
You're
95%.
uninterested. in
So
being
yeah,
in the
and
spotlight.
sometimes the group helps. So you get those rowdy guys with the non-rowdy guys, and it
Yeah.
kind of adds to it. You know, you kind of have that cheerleader effect. You know, like once one person joins in, everybody joins in, things
Yes.
like that. Whereas, if couples can separate that a little bit, where you get one couple that's rowdy, and then you get the next couple that's
Yeah.
So, to me, it doesn't matter. Like, introduce them however you want.
Yeah.
It's really more of a bridal preference, I think, at that point. But
Yeah, that's fair.
No, that was a good question. The segue in. So then we've gone.
We're introduced.
or introduce them.
Yes.
Do we feed people first? Do we get dancing out of the way? Do we do some dancing and then feed and then do
Yeah.
more dancing?
It's a great question.
What does that feel like?
Don't do toast beforehand.
No. People are hungry.
Yep.
That's all they're thinking about.
My typical is intro into first dance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so to get them all excited, all right, gets kind of the nerves out of the way. They get
Yeah.
I always tell the bride and groom when they're introing, high five people, have
Yeah.
fun with it, enjoy
yeah.
it, right? And then once you get to the center stage, then we'll fade out, and then we'll worry about the first dance.
Yep.
Helps them get some of those nerves out when they're high fiving, right?
Okay.
Instead of just like awkwardly going from sitting into dancing.
Yeah.
So they're having fun, getting their nerves out. They're on the dance floor. Let's do the first dance, okay? Play that through. After that, I'm doing ideally one person coming up and doing like the father of the bride coming up. Thank y'all so much for coming. If he's okay with doing like a prayer or a blessing of the food or something like that, great.
Yeah.
It's like one less person. I always joke with the father of the bride, whoever's doing the welcome speech. People are going to look at you like you are fresh meat because they are hungry, they're ready to eat, and
Make it snappy, all
make
right?
it snappy, all
Make
right?
it
Prove that
I've had a father of the bride toast go for 54 minutes once. 54 minutes.
No.
Stop.
54.
54. I counted. And here's the crazy
That's a
thing.
full
I'm pretty sure he actually timed it for an hour, but he was walking around to every table, telling each table how they met the bride and groom and like their stories. Way, way too long. And he was laughing one moment, crying the next, laughing and crying.
Oh,
Very sweet moment,
so
but at one
sweet.
point, the bride, you could tell she was just like, "Okay, we
We're
need to,
done.
we need to get the ball rolling." So she comes up as he's kind of getting emotional. She comes up and gives him a hug and takes the mic out of his hand, like he wasn't even done. At 54 minutes, it was still like, and she's like, "Thank you so much," and then like brings it over to
like,
me. And
tossed
she's like,
it
"Yeah,"
back.
she's like, handing it to me. She's like, "Okay, let's go."
take it and feed us.
Wow.
But yeah, so 54 minutes is a crazy thing. But like something quick, welcome, blessing, and then food. 'Cause
Yeah.
people are hungry, they're ready to go. Unless they've had heavy hors d'oeuvres, usually they're ready to roll. And then save the toast, cake cutting, and parent dances for after dinner.
As a group.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like
Wham,
formality,
bam.
formality,
Bam, bam.
formality.
Yep.
And then just fun.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
So now we're back to my photo, the big group dance photo. We're playing September.
Play in September.
Then what?
You're like, then everyone has fun and loves
Then
me.
Is that-
I'm reading that. It's like
That's it. That's the reading.
That's the secret sauce.
that's the
Like, I can't
sauce.
give you past
Okay,
that.
so if there was someone hypothetically like me who wanted to hire you for their wedding and couldn't have you, hypothetically, thought that was still
Hypothetically, that's totally
That was
not
still-
at all a real life scenario that's happening at this current moment.
currently that I'm grieving every
Yeah.
single day, but it's fine. No, all sincerity. If someone
Book
is-
early? Book early.
don't book for September 27th, 2025.
Oh, I had
day.
my agent called me and said, "Hey, I've got a bride that's wanting you for December." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, that's fine. Am I not already booked?" And she's like, "No, December of 2028." I'm like, "Okay."
Okay.
2028.
I don't know what I'm having for breakfast
You're like,
tomorrow,
Bro,
but sure.
I don't even
let's-
know what I'm doing next year.
right.
So
Sure,
great.
like
Love it.
2028, that's totally, and I don't even know
in
that year
2.5 years.
exists. I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
TBD, I don't know.
TBD.
Yeah, that would
Okay,
be-
so like if someone is not hiring you though, you've gone through all of your strategies of like what you have developed in your process.
Absolutely.
If I'm hiring someone else and I want to create a very similar vibe that you have, what are things that I want to take into a different DJ scenario? Is there a lot of this that's pretty universal? Is there a lot of this that's like just exclusively to your approach to things? Like what does that look like, and how does a bride maneuver hiring a DJ? And
Yeah.
if I'm a partier and I want everyone dancing, how do
Dancing.
I cultivate that?
Great question.
Thank you.
So I
Again,
think
hypothetically.
hypothetically, of course. I think one of the conversations is being honest with your DJ, just telling him exactly what you're wanting,
Okay.
telling him exactly what you're looking for, not necessarily holding back, making sure a lot of it, I know this sounds crazy, but if they are a good DJ, that means they're doing several weddings. They're not just I do weddings like 3 times a year. They're like doing it
Yeah.
on the constant.
Or a
Means they're-
friend.
Or a friend.
Yeah.
They're doing it on a regular basis. They've seen crowds. They know that. So the biggest thing for me is knowing what they're wanting, what they're expecting, what my bride and grooms are expecting. And I always say over communication is never a problem for me. So saying, hey, I want to make sure this is on my do not play list. Like, don't play this. And it doesn't have to be specific songs. It can be artists. It can even be genres.
Yeah.
Like, hey, stay away from this. Like, if you get a request for this, great. But to me, like, writing that stuff down, like making sure you notate, because if you're like me, you're doing 3 or 4 weddings a weekend, right?
Right.
So you're wanting to make sure you're not confusing that wedding with the other wedding. So it's not just something that we said offhand or we thought about it. We sent it, we wrote it down.
Right.
We wrote it on the, and my paperwork. So if your DJ provides you with paperwork, make sure you're writing in the notes like, hey, we really want this. We want this vibe. We want this, a lot of this music. We like this music. If you like grew up with like, say, Reliant K, and you wanted him mixed with maybe like some like 90s rap with those beats, and you want those theoretically, of course.
Yes.
Obviously,
Sounds
I'm not talking
Fun.
about anyone in this room.
I have a really great DJ. I'm not pooping on my, I love my DJ.
Awesome.
We are just,
Well, just and
Fun
making
buddy.
sure, and absolutely make sure you're saying that those specific things.
Yeah,
Like make sure you're saying those things, and that way they know what's going. They know what to take into it. They know if there's any premixes that need to be made. Hey, I'm getting tons of requests right now from brides wanting the father-daughter mix. It's kind of coming back right now, right? The start off slow, and then go into a fun dance mix with dad, right? And that's awesome. Yeah. If you're going to do that, great. Swap typically you do the bride and the father, and then the groom and mother. Swap it around.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that way you kind of segues into the dance floor.
Yeah,
But,
that's fair.
Absolutely. Just making sure you're writing down anything, like letting them know, hey, this is what you're looking for, things like that.
Yeah.
Plenty of documentation, because that way, if they don't do that, you can,
Yeah.
come back and be like, hey, this is what
remember
I
when I
wrote.
told you
yeah.
about this?
Exactly.
Yeah. But
I got to peep at your document.
you did.
When we were at a wedding just a couple of weeks ago. But you
like,
do
"You signed
have
an NDA for that?"
you do have like a set.
I do.
And I like this because as someone who does like music, but I couldn't give you really like album names or like song names or stuff like that. I can definitely go through and like mark out or definitely highlight for sure. So do you find that helpful? Like
Absolutely.
I know what I like, but I can't give you really specifics. So yes, no, definitely play.
Yeah.
Right. That's part of the
Absolutely.
process.
So yeah, the reason I give that out is for the brides out there that maybe are going in almost like blanked. They're like, oh, what songs are people dancing to right now?
Right.
Like what
That's
are
me.
popular
Yeah.
what are popular at weddings? Like because weddings are totally different than a club scene. They're totally different than all these other different types of parties, because you're inviting everyone, right?
Yeah.
Grandmas, 90s, all the way into the kid range sometimes 18. You want to encompass everyone, right? So I give a pretty comprehensive list of songs that are really popular across the board.
Yeah.
Some old school stuff mixed with some new school stuff, a little bit of everything. And it really is just geared towards getting the gears working in your brain of like, oh, this is a good one. You know what else would be good? This one. And I give you this space and freedom to write down whatever you want. And if you're like, actually, I don't like that song. I have many brides. I don't want any line dance. I don't want any cha-cha slide or Cupid shuffle.
Yep.
Right.
They cross through it, right? They don't want it on there. That's fine. Awesome. I have some brides that are like, hey, we're actually going for a totally different vibe. And they'll cross through my entire playlist and send me a Spotify. Yeah. Now, it's exactly the deep breath. That's exactly that. Every time I see that, I'm like, that's completely fine. I want to play the music you like. But a lot of times I have brides that think, well, me and my 3 best friends love this type of music. So it's going to be a raging party.
Yeah.
You're inviting 200 people.
Right.
And those other 200 people, they may not like that style of music, right? So you want to be open and kind of a little bit more generic. I hate to use that word. It's a terrible word. Open, and we'll edit that out and be like, okay, open and a little more, just more open to the different genres, the different styles of music and things like that. That way you can encompass more people on the dance floor.
That's fair.
And then because sometimes you click on that Spotify and it's weird. Sometimes and you're like, yes, I'm gonna add this to my list of these are like bangers right here. And so that's typically what I'm doing is I'm helping them, guiding them, trying to help them open up their mind a little bit to be like, hey, it may not just be you and your best friends.
Yeah.
So we may not want just a full set playlist of Drake. Because I don't know how grandma's going to come out on the day, so.
Right.
So, and that's the thing. And sometimes I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to admit that I'm wrong. Sometimes they'll send me a playlist and I'm like, this is weird. Like I think I told you this the other day. I played Fiddler on the Roof. And I was like, if I were a rich man, I'm like, nobody's going to dance this. But they were like highlighted, circled, like this is, I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm playing it. Crowd went wild, like insane wild. Like I was like, oh, it's a bunch of theater geeks. Okay, cool. Okay,
this makes sense. This makes sense.
All right, so I'm playing a little Wicked after this. All right, well, like what? I'm in tune, right? I'm reading the crowd. And so sometimes it's weird and it works. Sometimes it's weird and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And so that's my job is to see, okay, that's not working. Let's shift gears here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break to talk about our sponsor. This episode is sponsored by Chop Chop Beauty Club.
My name is Samantha, and I'm the owner and creative director of Chop Chop Beauty Club. We are a luxury on-site hair and makeup team, and we make sure that not only is your wedding day service exactly what you're looking for, but we work really hard on the back end to make sure that the whole booking and scheduling process is seamless. I like to say that we are a set it and forget it type of company. You have so many things that you are dealing with when you're planning a wedding. You're booking photographers, you're booking catering, things like that. We don't want to be one more thing on your to-do list. So we have all of our communication perfectly timed out, so you never have to reach out to us. We will always reach out to you for whatever milestone is around the corner. Our genderless and all-inclusive service menu ensures that you will get exactly the service that is for you. Whether that is a more skincare forward makeup service, if you don't really like to wear a lot of makeup, or if you need to rent hair extensions, our Dream Hair Club is for you. So we have all the tips and tricks to make your wedding or special event perfect.
So thank you, Sam, for providing incredible services for brides and grooms everywhere. We absolutely adore you. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, can we shift a little bit?
Shift way.
Okay, I want to know I always love asking like what red flags are for like someone booking a certain vendor. From your perspective, what are red flags that couples need to look out for when hiring entertainment?
Ooh, entertainment. Like
DJ.
any entertainment,
I
DJ
think let's specify
specifically?
DJ.
Okay. I would say,
I love this question.
ooh, that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
If a lot of times people will ask about like specific music, a lot of times DJs are going to know more of the generic music. And so just because they don't know specific genre of music doesn't mean that they can't play a specific genre of music.
Okay.
The problem is when you have someone that says, I don't do this or I don't do that. Well, it's not about you as a DJ, right?
Okay.
So when a bride reaches out to a DJ and says, I don't do that, I don't do this, I don't play that kind of music, well, that's a red flag.
Okay.
Like to me, that's saying, okay, I don't like this. I don't like doing it this way. I want to do it this way. Well, it's not your wedding.
It's like more of an ego thing.
It's
Like
more of an
they're
ego
trying
thing.
to
It's more of like a,
Okay.
like I literally had a bride the other day tell me that she's like, I had a DJ on the phone that refused to play Pink Pony Club because he doesn't like the song. And I was like,
First of all,
first of all,
what?
First of all,
I'm like,
get out of here.
Silence.
well, I just played that about 4
Records on
hours
DVD.
ago. I was jamming out in the car, whatever. Weirdo.
Insane.
So yeah, any time I don't do this, I don't do that. Yes is always the attitude. It's not always the answer, but it is always the attitude. We want to always have the let's do it, see if it works.
Yeah.
Let's try it, right? So if you have somebody that says I can't do this, I don't do this, that's you want to steer clear of that. That to me is a big red flag. Not knowing the sometimes it's a new DJ to the town, but if it's a DJ that's like, oh, I've been working in this town for 10 years and they haven't been to a lot of the venues, it means they pigeonholed themselves into specific spots. And so when you pigeonhole yourself into one specific spot, it can sometimes just cause repetitive action and not open up to, okay, we want a new experience. We want something different. We want something unique that suits us.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'm looking for someone who's been to a lot of different venues, been out there and explored and done, done different things outside of just been in the same place for the past 10 years or something like that.
That's really good.
Can I flip it to the other side? And as the
Yeah.
vendor, what's a red flag inquiry for
Ooh.
you? If you see something come in and you're like,
Ooh, I like that.
not like you're not going to be happy with my service. So not saying the no that you were just talking about, but something that's like, not that I don't do this, but you're like, you are going to be unsatisfied with an end product.
It's a great question. So, I've had some brides that will call me and say, hey, we want a DJ that is just going to play basically background music for the whole time. I would, at that point, if they need a great MC and if they're looking for, just something like that, I'm fine with doing it. But if they're like, hey, we don't really need an MC, we just want background music.
Just press play.
Press play. Or send me, a lot of times they'll say, hey, we're going to send you a playlist and we want you to play this specific playlist in this exact order. I've only had that happen once. And it was not, to me, I was like, just,
Why am I here?
just get Spotify and rent some speakers,
Right.
And I'm, I would hate to say that to turn down service, but to me, I'm like, I'm doing you a disservice.
Right.
If I'm just sitting here, like, if I'm just pressing play,
Yeah.
I'm bored. I'm not having a good time. I'm looking at the crowd thinking, nope, this is what, like the
And
whole
they're
time.
looking at you.
They're
Like,
looking at
you're-
me
like,
like,
you're the
hey,
one-
exactly. And I'm like,
no one's out here. Why are you playing this?
yeah. And I'm like sitting here like, handcuffed.
literally, get
And
them
I
in.
literally, and I'm like, I'm sorry. there's nothing I can do here. So yeah, typically those, I'm like, if I can talk to them before they book and this is what they tell me, I will usually recommend someone else. I'll recommend. Sometimes they're like, hey, we're trying to decide between you or just getting some speakers and letting Uncle Larry play it. I'll say
Larry.
Larry's a great choice.
Yeah. Save your money.
Yeah, don't like feel like, oh, we just need to give DJ Sammy Scott a paycheck. I'm okay. Like I'm like I would rather you have the wedding that you're looking for. And honestly, I tell people this all the time in other areas outside of DJing, know what you're wanting the most and put your budget towards that, right? So if it's hey, we want a grade A photographer like one of the two of you. We want spend all that money on you and just get, Uncle Larry to run some music through the sound. But if they're like, hey, we could care less what our photos look like, we just want an amazing party, get, your Uncle Bob with his iPhone and take a picture. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm still
Don't do that.
That's wrong.
Please don't do that.
And
Well,
our
that makes me
episode
want to
has
flip the question back to you
And
guys.
this
Like,
episode
when
is
did y'all
done.
say
Thank you.
I'm done. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's really good. I don't know if we've done this before, but I kind of want to know like horror stories.
Oh, I would love.
you have any
'cause
horse
one of our
fun?
future episodes beyond this is going to be about guest behavior, because I feel like we communicate
what
with
can we say?
the
Which ones do I need to
the
say?
bride
before
and
that?
groom a lot, but you don't know Nana, you don't know Larry. And so sometimes the issues at weddings don't come from the wedding couple. They come from expectations or things that guests are experiencing or whatever. So is there one that floats to the front of your?
Yeah.
Oh, there's lots.
Brain?
But how this is a PG
Yeah,
show, right?
Yes.
No,
No,
it's not.
We will
It's
feed next
explicit.
episode, okay?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
gosh,
explicit
okay.
that stuff.
Well,
for a
Okay.
reason.
Well,
Good question.
There was this one. So several different types. It's for me. A drunken groomsman or bridesmaid's not a big deal.
Sure.
We have that happen all the time.
Casual.
People passing out in the ceremony. We've seen that a million times,
Yes.
right? Whether that's just heat exhaustion, too much drinking, whatever it might be. Well, let's see.
You're like,
Personally, the one I love to tell other vendors is the 5 minutes before the ceremony starts. Can't find the groom.
Sure.
Looking all over, nowhere to be found. Right.
Okay. Oh God.
Bridesmaid finally finds him, and he's in a closet with his mother, and she's breastfeeding him. He's 24 years old.
No, this is a lie.
not real.
This is a lie. This is a lie.
Google it.
What do you mean?
Q,
Google
tell me on that.
No, no.
Q, do the thing where you pull it up on the screen and yeah.
Add it to
The red
add it to the
page.
white-
This is like right here.
This was
there's
one you were at?
No, so it was not. It was a photographer friend of mine who was, would not say her name, but she was at this wedding. She told me this story, and I was like, there's no way. I Googled this, and I was like, this is true in Tennessee. This happened. I was like,
Wait,
this
what
is
do you
crazy.
mean? Why is it Googleable? Was
Like
it like
if
a
you
news story?
Google breastfeeding groom, it's going to pull up on Reddit, like the whole
Are you
people
Googling
that
it
were
right
there.
now?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
Real deal. Okay. So that was,
At a venue that like we're regularly at?
it's in Johnson City. So
Ay, ay, ay. Okay, wow.
crazy things. Okay. So are you
Yep,
looking?
it's on there.
Yep. Told you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So that's-
There's your free
okay.
will.
Well,
Let's
that's-
say
okay.
Google.
Okay, so personally,
Yes.
Oh, wow.
personally, so I've had, let's see, I've had people get into fights right in front of the dance floor. I had a small, probably about a 4'5", Caucasian male go up to about a 6'7" African American male, and used the slur that we don't speak,
no.
and this little white guy comes flying through the room and lands on my speaker stand, like throws the speaker on the floor. It was crazy. So, and I literally was like grabbing him to pull him behind my booth to save him from the guy that was about to kill him. And I was like, dude, what do you think?
Oh my.
So anyway,
word. Dance floor fights.
Dance floor
okay.
flights those are common. Sex on the dance floor has happened before. I literally never thought I'd have to say this, but I one time had to say, hey guys, let's keep our peckers in our pants. Because they were like dancing up on the girls in a provocative way where their male genitalia was out. You probably
Just look over and you make me say,
She's
Like, my
she's
weddings
like,
are
"Oh,
tame
stubborn."
now. My weddings are so tame.
He's like, I'm gonna have to edit so much out of this.
No.
we're keeping it all
No,
in.
this is perfect because it's just like you think you've planned this day and then
Right.
you've coordinated and communicated and then just people come in and they're like little grenades that
Oh,
just
yeah.
explode and you're like,
Unpredictable.
what are you doing?
Unpredictable. You can't control them.
Wild.
Absolutely.
Especially when
wild.
there's lots of alcohol involved.
Yes, gotcha,
Wedding
for
day,
sure.
like you said, it has high expectations. People are stressed, nervous. Crazy things have happened. I mean, it's
Yeah.
yeah. Those are just a few. Like, I mean, there's still
That's
even
plenty. I'm good. That was
Take notes.
things I don't want to see
Let's
on a
edit
wedding
out that
day. Peckers on the dance floor. Thank you.
No
Nope.
peckers on
things
the
I
dance
do
floor.
not want. Yeah.
Not do
Oh
that.
my
Or
gosh.
for me, we'll jump back to the pet peeve question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Standing on the sub, like it's a
Oh,
very
right.
expensive
Oops,
piece of
I'm
equipment. It's like literally
You
like,
done that?
Maybe once.
oh, here's the thing. I'm okay with you guys
Yeah,
because you're not
Oh,
jumping
okay.
up
I
and
was like,
down.
I have
You're
definitely.
not
They're
just-
like,
no.
can you get this photo? I'm like, I can't.
Photographers,
can't.
I think I've told you, I'm like, you're more than happy to.
For, like,
Photographers,
dancing.
yeah, when you're dancing on the
That's-
dance floor,
yeah, we need to do
especially when you're like, I mean, I've had one bride dance on my thing and her dress started riding up in the back. And so she's dancing and so her butt cheeks are just like right in my face because I'm standing there, and like the dad in me is like, okay,
ma'am.
like I'm gonna put this hand up, yeah, so if she doesn't fall and hurt herself, because if she falls, she's also gonna wreck thousands of dollars worth of my equipment. So I'm like, someone's gonna take a picture, and it's gonna look like I'm just doing something
look
really
really bad.
inappropriate. Yeah, like Aaron's gonna be like, I've got blackmail on you. So yeah, it's always it's a tough balance there.
Yeah, you like want people to like again
Have
this
fun.
banger party.
Yeah.
Which normally involves alcohol and crazy wild fun behavior, but it teeters over to that line. and you're
Exactly.
like-
You want them
you're
right in the
stressed
spot
out.
where they're out there dancing and having a good time,
Yeah.
being goofy on the dance floor. You don't want Uncle Larry in your ear asking for the cha-cha slide for the 47th time.
Right.
Like you
Right.
don't want that kind of behavior.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to just you have to learn how to deal with those people. Y'all, I'm sure y'all deal with them all the time. The insistent
Throwing
guests.
off,
Yeah.
the side
And then
of
they
the
want to tell you how to do your
balcony.
job, want to tell you what you need to take photos of, right? Well, the same thing's on our end. They want to tell us, oh, you need to play this song because this is going to get everybody on the dance floor. I'm sorry, Hello by Adele is not going to get everybody on the dance floor. It's not it's not a banger. It's just,
Don't think it's gonna work.
nothing wrong with that song. I love Adele. Shout out to Adele, but
Right, but no, but probably not.
not those songs.
No.
So
Okay, you mentioned Kanye and Taylor.
I did mention
So
them.
you were just
interviewed
at a
those guys.
wedding.
No, it was lots
Again,
of weddings.
With Taylor Swift, though,
I was at a
as
Taylor
a
wedding.
casual guest in
That's a kind
Knoxville.
of- yes.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, so Taylor is an old friend of mine. I can say that because we
Taylor,
met
welcome to the podcast.
15 years ago. Yeah, hey Taylor.
Yes.
Shout out. So no, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce did come to a wedding I was at. They were very sweet couple, very nice about it, and made sure, knowing that who they are, made sure not to make it about them and made it about the bride and groom. They were also super cool about just taking photos with people. There's tons of pictures being circulated with guests at the wedding with the two of them. My man Travis Kelce likes him a mojito. I served him a couple mojitos. He's a great dude.
We love a mojito.
Yeah, and so they were just complete sweet wedding guests.
Yeah.
The exact kind you want, except they did leave a little early. They didn't stay for the dance floor. But I did get to walk them out, which was a lot of fun. And told her, I said, hey, listen, if you and Travis ever decide to tie the knot, give me a call.
Yep.
And she said, it's DJ Sammy, right? And I was like, hey, listen. I mean, the
Listen.
chances. Listen, Taylor Swift, if you're listening.
I hope that Taylor Swift is listening to our wedding planning podcast.
If she
I'm
is.
just gonna throw my name. I will carry any speaker. I will write any list. I will check it. I will do whatever
I will
you
fan.
need,
I will
Sammy.
have a fan.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
I'll bring you
Just
water.
make sure. I don't know. I tell people all the time, I'm like, I don't think I could tell anybody because then everyone would be
for
like,
sure.
if I told anybody, everyone's going to be like, oh, let me come. I'm going to show up like 87 assistants
Yes.
and be like,
Right. Here's my posse.
yeah.
Welcome.
No, it would just be like afterwards, I would be like, guys, guess what I did this week?
Yeah, right.
So
There's like just photos of you in the background.
it would be
People
better
magazine.
than when I DJ'd Josh Allen's wedding. That would probably.
For sure.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding.
So many people.
I was like,
You
wait.
know,
I was
Kidding.
like,
Not that
wait.
Josh. I had to say that only because I did do a wedding for a guy named Josh Allen.
Oh my gosh.
And it happened to be the weekend before the actual quarterback
Yeah.
of the Bills, Josh Allen, got married. So it's so funny because everybody's
That's so
like, "You
perfect.
DJ Josh Allen's wedding?" And I was like,
Like, yeah, no big
Yeah.
deal.
big
Nice
deal.
guy. Marry
Was it-
somebody else though.
"Yeah, I married somebody else." That's crazy.
It was at a different venue.
Yep.
It's
Whoopsie.
fine.
Oopsie.
But yeah, let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else. What else do I
No,
want
it's
to
really
know?
good.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Taylor
we
Swift.
want T Swifty. And
I mean,
you.
I am curious because after it happened, obviously, all the things circulated online, and it was funny reading the comments on TikTok or on Threads or whatever, and it's like, wow, can you imagine being that bride and all of the attention is taken away from you because Taylor Swift is at your wedding? And I was like, I also, though, at the same time, have such empathy for them that they don't get to do anything without it being a huge to-do.
Absolutely.
This was such a amazing wedding venue in Knoxville, but it doesn't have air conditioning. It's on a working farm. It is a really
Beautiful,
cool venue,
lovely place.
beautiful venue.
Love that venue. Love
Yeah,
the owner.
love
She's
it.
phenomenal.
Yes,
Right.
I'll be out
Riverview
there on
Family
Friday
Farm.
for a free event if you guys want to. Back to the 80s. If you guys want
Cool.
trivia and music, provided by DJ Sammy Scott. Friday night's a free event. You can get ice cream there at the ice cream shop, and
That's
they've got
fun.
burgers. I'm doing a quick plug for you, Rachel.
Yeah, no Riverview Family Farm.
That's it.
They're amazing.
No, that it's a phenomenal place. But you're right, it is a place that people wouldn't typically imagine.
And so I think it's so interesting, like it humanized them for me. Like, I mean, obviously they are human, but you just see them as celebrity status, hair and makeup done, whatever. And then to see Taylor with her natural curly hair at a venue that doesn't have air conditioning.
Yeah, with
it was
people
just
that
like
we know and
with people that
love.
we
Yeah.
know. And I was like,
Absolutely.
oh, that like totally humanizes her.
Oh yeah,
And I loved that.
what's great is outside of the fact that I think I texted you a picture of her chair that she sat in. I was
Yes.
like, I'll sell this to you. I even told Rachel, I was like, let's sell all the chairs. I mean, they could all potentially be right. No,
Honestly.
this is a cash grab. No, no. But in all honesty, I'm glad you bring that up. The truth is, if I did sit down with Taylor Swift and she was like, hey, why would you be a good fit to be my DJ? I honestly think that I would have to look her in the eye and say, I don't think I would be.
Yeah.
And I tell you why. Because every single bride and groom that I DJ for, like, you don't understand. Like, for me, I never imagined this is never just a day in the office. Yeah. I know you guys, this is the biggest day of someone's life.
Yeah.
I want that to always be on the forefront of my brain. Every single bride and groom that I have, I'm not just playing their music. I'm bringing them drinks. Is it too hot in here? Let me go adjust the temperature. Yeah. Whatever it is, I want them to feel like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce do every single day.
Yeah.
I want them to have that attention on them. I want them to feel like the kings and queens of the day because they are.
Yeah.
And so that's my goal. So with someone like Taylor Swift, who gets treated that way all the time, I don't think she would just think that I'm just being like a fanboy. Like I would not, like I'm like, no, this is how I want all my brides and grooms to feel. And so I think in her aspect, I think I can't speak for Taylor, but I think in her aspect, she probably wants her guest to feel that way because she probably always feels that way. And so, but that's not even part of my DNA. Like I want the guest to have an amazing time, but like this is the biggest day of the life for the bride and groom. So that's where I'm focusing my attention. That's where I'm focusing all of my energy. So I want to make sure they're having the best day ever, whatever that is, whatever they need, I want to be there for them. So that's kind of where I'm like, I feel like, I don't think I would be like, like that's I feel like one of my best attributes is making sure that the bride and groom have the best day ever.
Yeah.
And so
we can all agree.
I think that's our
goal.
job. And so
Yeah.
it would be tough because it's like, okay, you get this treated this way every
Anywhere.
single day.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
anywhere you go.
so my goal is, like if I'm gonna throw a tagline out there, is like I want my bride and groom to feel like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce on their big day.
I love that. That's good.
So.
Well, hopefully though, that would still be cool.
Oh no, I mean like if she calls me and says, hey,
you're
will
not
you
gonna
DJ
like,
my wedding?
no.
Be like,
Yes.
hell yes. When and where?
I'll be there.
Here's my only payment. You just make a quick little video of the two of you saying we're excited to have DJ Sammy Scott with Legacy Sound play for our wedding, and that's it. That's my only payment. That's all I need.
That's all
I
you
need.
need.
Because let's be real, if Taylor and Travis are calling on I think I'm retiring at that. I'm just gonna be like,
You're
I'm
done.
good.
You're
I'm like,
done.
that's
Off you
it.
go.
You're good.
Biggest wedding of the year. I'll sell off the playlist rights, and that's it.
Honestly, that's genius. Yeah, that's great. Okay, do you have anything else?
No, Sammy, you're amazing as
Yeah.
always.
No, y'all
Thank
are
you for time out of your
seriously.
busy schedule.
Oh, stop it.
To come in.
No, you guys are
Hanging out with
seriously.
Taylor Swift and hanging out with
whatever.
us.
Whatever.
You
We're never
know,
gonna see
listen,
you again.
I do have a lunch date with Kanye, so I'm kidding.
Well, on that note, then we'll let you go.
Well, thank y'all so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you
We
so
love
much.
you. Bye.